Hi guys and girls, I'm Obsidian Ant and this is House of the Dying Sun, a game, enemy starfighter, that I've actually been looking out for a very long time now. It's something that is a bit of a hybrid between being a tactical RTS game, a little bit like Homeworld, or at least a few elements of that, and a first-person space shooter. So far I've only played about 30 minutes of it, but I wanted to jump straight in and get a bit of a look at it. So let's take a look at what it's all about. We're going to do a few missions, starting with this one right here. The cartographer. Invlancer has captured the traitor Lord Jaw, but it has been disabled in hostile territory. Hangman is being sent to recover the prisoner. Defend it. So I've got to defend the assault transport Hangman, and I get a bonus if the Royal Guard must survive. The Royal Guard needs to survive. So let's have a go through this. Now we can choose the difficulty here of this mission. This is what we get awarded, these points here for completing the mission. I'm only going to do this one for now. It tells me there's no honour there, but like I say, I've only been playing for around about half hour, so let's get straight to it. I've had a slight weapon upgrade there as well, and in we go. Now there is a tactical overview screen as well, which we'll see straight away as the ship jumps in. It's not something I've had to use yet. I don't know if I'll have to use it on this mission, but let's just see what's going on. Invlancer there, in Rampart, in Legionnaire. So let's go over that way. That's a ship we've got to defend. And it looks like over here, these are the enemy fighters. So let's have a look at these at any rate. And I absolutely love this transition to first-person combat mode. As you progress further into the game, you'll get multiple ships and you'll be able to switch between them in this sort of mode. I haven't actually got to that yet though. Hopefully we'll see that a little bit later on in this video, but it does depend on how those sort of missions unfold. Just nearly finishing this one off. And there we go, he's gone. Now, one of the things I noticed straight away when I jumped into this game, of course, was the graphics. Pretty basic on some levels, but also very visually appealing on the other level, right here in quite brightly coloured space, and something I really do like. Has very much a Homeworld type vibe to it, doesn't it? And those muted sounds out there in space, I feel really do add a whole lot to the ambience. The game gives a whole lot of options for control inputs. At the moment I'm using a mouse here, and you can see that the ship just follows the cursor there, but it actually works very nice. You can also use a control pad, and it also offers you the option to use your HOTAS if you've got one plugged in. I've got a Warthog, a Thrustmaster Warthog. It's not actually set up just yet for this game, but that's something I'm going to actually do and play in the next session, I think. So we've got to try and defend these as well. If these survive, then apparently we get a nice little bonus for the mission. And you'll notice that's something that's actually prevalent throughout the game, at least up to this stage. All missions have multiple objectives. Another target destroyed. So this game also works in VR, which I haven't actually had a look at just yet, and I don't know if it only works on my DK2 because I haven't got a Rift or a Vive yet, and that's actually a decision I'm still holding off on for the moment. I'd also like to see some functionality or some support for the Tobii IX added to this. That's the eye tracker. That sort of support would need to come directly from Tobii themselves, I think, unless these guys here, the developers of this game, can add such support in. But either event, that's something I'd really like to see. It does add a whole lot to any game you use it in. So overall, this is starting to look like quite a unique game. A space shooter with tactical elements added in. Right, the flagship is coming. We need to probably get out of here before that comes along, because that is going to be quite a problem. I want to come with some significant firepower. Actually a bit worried now if I'm going to be able to make it out of here in time. Here it comes. I'd actually like to satisfy my curiosity here and fly over to the flagship and see what it looks like, but I don't think I'd last too long. And the primary objective is complete now, which means, like the other ships there, I can jump out of here. Good job too then, seeing as this game just told me I'm outgunned. We're just charging up our warp and we're out. So this will bring us straight back to the map you saw at the start of the video, where I can then go to the next zone. And we slowly make our way across this sector here. So I've got 2 points here. The sortie duration was 3 minutes 37 seconds, so not particularly fast. And my accuracy was actually pretty poor there, wasn't it? Fleet upgraded, +1 fighter. The cartographer surrendered many things, including the whereabouts of a cache of starfighter components. Nice. So here you can see I can choose to go to 2 different locations. We can go to the cleric. The cleric's fiery sermons were left unchecked, and now the traitor cannot help but gloat. Silence him and his defences so we may loot his outpost later. Assassinate the cleric? Assassinate the cleric, rather. Bonus, destroy sentry guns. Here we've got Count and Countess Ursul are taking possession of their bribes. Find out what they are owed, then eliminate them both. Kill the masters at arms, and a bonus for scanning all containers. So I'm going to go here for the cleric, and once again we'll just go for the easy mode, and then perhaps after that we'll choose one that's a little bit more difficult. And again, you'll notice it'll bring us straight back into the tactical screen. Slightly different colours here on this area. Lovely looking green colours. Right, let's have a look here at the overall screen then and see what's going. Some repair drones, some ships, there's a cleric. So these guys over here are going to be defending the cleric. We're going to go straight to the cleric, and I'm going to see how quick I can actually destroy it. I'm not too worried at this point about bonus objectives. You're now fielding 2 fighters. You may switch to any fighter in your fleet from the tactical mode. You may also give orders to your units in your fleet by using the order menu. Hold tab to activate the order menu now. Attack my target, ram my target. So ramming, of course, is a valid tactic. Right, so let's just say that. I'm not sure how we get back to the tactical screen, to be perfectly honest. And this is going to be actually quite easy, probably a little bit too easy. A reason for me to choose slightly increased difficulty later, I think. Those enemy fighters are also coming in here. I can see them attacking me. Let's see one there. Let's go and get that. So you will have noticed there that the cleric actually ejected, and there goes off to the right. I could probably do with killing him there, but I actually want to try and kill some of the... Oh, he's already gone. I was going to say I actually wanted to try and kill some of the fighters as well before I head off out of this actual zone. Now, I don't know if I stay around here too long, whether or not the enemy flagship is going to jump in like it did in the previous mission. But at any rate, let's try and kill a few of these. You can see also my shield is starting to dwindle there. That's the bar, or the round circular bar on the bottom left there of my HUD is actually recharging again now. So can't actually get round here and get that ship. You can actually drift as well, which allows you to spin a little bit faster. If you're travelling too fast, it makes your turn rate that much slower. Now, I've also got multiple weapons on this ship, and it would probably help me a bit if I actually swapped out and used one of my other weapons here. I've got some missiles. That probably would have helped, but at any rate, he's gone, so I think for now, that makes this mission over. But another mission done. So as you can see, it's a fairly fast-paced game, at least at this stage of things. And we're going to jump straight back to the map menu again, which means we're about to select the next mission. I'm wondering whether or not to choose a slightly increased difficulty. So it makes quite a change. If you like fast-paced games, you'll probably quite like this. Didn't get any bonus there, because basically I'm a bit rubbish. So let's have a look what we got here. So we can do the Masters at Arms still. We got a new mission, the Quartermaster. The insurrectionists offered Lord Vold the contents of the Julheim Vault. Julheim Vault? For looking the other way, and he became obscenely rich. Instruct him on just how poor his choice was. And the Builder. Right, so let's go to the Masters, and we'll do one a little bit more difficult. It's for advanced players. You may be required to return later with a larger fleet or with a highly customized loadout. Really? Should we have a look at it anyway? See what happens? I suspect I will die quite quickly here, but it's worth a look at nonetheless. Now it's going to take me to the tactical screen here again. You can see now I've got 2 ships. Nice to see these different regions looking quite distinct to each other. Let's see if I can select onto that ship there. Okay, so we'll destroy the ships on the outside here before we go in and get that there. It's on the other side of the rock. Ah, look at that. So I've lost one fighter by not being careful enough there. Let's be a bit more careful this time, but I suspect that means the mission is going to be a lot harder. The problem I had there is I keep trying to use lateral and vertical thrusters, and I'm at a closer look at the mapping jet, but I can't actually see if there are any such controls in the game. It would seem a little strange if they're not, but I'll have a closer look at the end of this particular session. Now you can see I've got some missiles here, and they seem quite apt at taking down the target shields. But now I'm getting done for here. My shields are down, running a little bit. I was going to use these asteroids for cover, but it seems I'm out of range already. So now my shields are charged up, I'm going to head back into combat again. But it would seem that I'm taking a little bit too long on this mission now, not helped by the fact that I lost my other fighter right at the beginning of this mission. And that just lets you know how quick you've got to do this particular mission. I haven't even destroyed one of these ships yet. So certainly it's an area that I need to come back to later. I'm not sure if the mission is just going to fail here, or if I'm actually going to die before that happens. Nope, looks like the mission failed. A mission failure screen would have been nice there, wouldn't it, rather than just fade into black? Not that easy. I'll give it one more try, I think. And this time I'm going to have to be a bit more careful with my ships here. I actually want to keep both of them for this mission, and that, I think, should help quite significantly. Yeah, they're the main targets there, so they're the ones we're going to go for. Well, let's get on for it. The Countess and the Count are the main targets. I've got my other ship here that I can actually give orders to. I'm going to tell him to attack my target. And this time I'm going to avoid that asteroid. So there's my missiles there. Actually shot them a little bit too early there because the ship was still out of range, but just see how fast they actually take down this guy's shields. Let's switch to cannons, I think, in a moment. And then we can, there we go, then we can destroy him, take down his hull. Yeah, it's nearly done for. So that's the Countess gone. Or nearly gone. Yep, she's gone. Now we need to go for the Count as well. Right, she's ejected again. Where's her escape pod? And again, this is where the tactical screen comes in for quite a lot of use, because it enables you to see just what's going on. And just check in to see if I've got any options here to enable me to directly target that particular escape pod, but it doesn't look like I have, so I'll come back to that in a minute. Let's mop that up a little bit later and take on the Count, just to get rid of him quickly. It'd be kind of fun, wouldn't it, if I turned around and found the escape pod had actually escaped or been picked up by an enemy fighter. Not paying close enough attention there. I'm so certain of completing that mission there that I started ignoring everything. Took a little bit too much time messing around between targets. That was the downside, unfortunately. So once again, we're looking at the 2 targets down here. Let's see if this time I can make it. The targets actually aren't too difficult to actually destroy anyway. You can get them quite quickly. So really it's just a case of me messing around a little bit too much and not actually getting on with the task to hand. Really like those missiles there, but wait until you're in range before you use them. A little bit of a waste. you can actually get the sensation of quite a lot of velocity here, and you would have noticed that just as I passed those two objects there. Something I'm really looking forward to trying out in VR again, if it actually works on the DK2, which I'm hopeful for. So for me it seems the cannon here is a bit better at taking down the hull than the missiles are. Okay, one down, a little bit quicker. Now let's get straight to the other target without messing around, and I'll come back and get the escape capsules after this one's actually destroyed. And it's looking like we're going to do this before the capital ship arrives. Or at least that's a hope. His hull is nearly completely down. Oh no, he's actually sent out a signal there calling in reinforcements. So not quite quick enough. And there we go, there's the escape capsule. And the Countess has been assassinated. Assassination complete. So that's another mission down. Be heading back shortly then to the mission select board, and I'll be covering some more missions on this particular game in later videos. It's definitely one to watch out for. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.